Thank you, thank you. Now, all right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Scenes in the Fantasy League. This week, we're going to be talking about the weekly reports. These are the reports that I submit to you, the players, at the end of each Fantasy League week. And see you later, Flash. What I do is I compile a bunch of stats that go on for the week. They also go on during the entire season. Sometimes I will let you know who's scoring the most points on what show. I will let you know how each team is, what their individual records are per show. And I will let you know how you are faring against your other opponents. And that's pretty much all I do for the weekly reports. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I put those reports together. So, coming along for a ride. Before we start our journey, I want to make sure you, the players, know that the importance of this information will be invaluable during Season 10. Teams will only have 6 talents to cover 6 regular shows. If they see that one of their talents is not scoring the amount of points that they had hoped, then the information in the weekly reports will be the guide they use to swap out talent. Once regular swaps begin in Week 5, trading talent with the free agent list will be the vital function that every player needs to know how to do. The success or failure of your team may depend on how you decipher the weekly reports. The first portion of the weekly reports is the standings and playoff contention order. I already have a separate video on how the standings are maintained, so I won't go too much into them again. I'll just show you what the screenshot of the standings and playoff order will look like for Season 10. And here they are. Step 2 in the process is what I like to call the meat and potatoes of the entire report. I will provide you with the amount of points that your team scored during the week by revealing the results of the weekly matchups. The next set of information is a talent-by-talent breakdown of how your team scored the amount of points that it did for that week. Each screenshot will be posted by division. As well as the weekly breakdown, I will also give you a similar report, but this one will cover the breakdown of what your talents have scored all season. This report will contain your active as well as your inactive team members. Inactive talents are those who would be the ones that you have swapped out throughout the season. Due to creating the scenario that these reports will be covering Week 1 of Season 10 for the purposes of this exercise, the weekly and season total points reports would be identical. I will use one of the final team total point reports from Season 9 so you can use it as a guide. Step 3 is where I will show you the top point scorers for the season. I will give you the overall top 100 as well as a top 20 points list for each show. Again, we are using Week 1 of Season 10 for this video, so I will provide the top 100 point scorers for Season 9 along with the top 20 list for Raw. The final steps in the weekly reports is where I will reveal some miscellaneous stats that will help you better gauge how your team is performing. In previous seasons, I did not offer this portion of the reports very often. I believe this information will be especially important during Season 10, so I will be giving it to you every week. The first set of other stats that I will provide is the show records report. This report will be posted by conference. Since the report is not easily visible, I am showing only half of each report during this video. This screenshot will show you your team's win-loss record for each different show. It will also reveal the amount of show points your team has earned for each of those shows. Your weekly matchup records are also provided. Next is the team versus team report. This will show how your team has fared against all of your other opponents during the season. The final Season 9 team versus team report is shown here as a reference. The final portion of this report will be the stat leaders. I usually give this part of the report after the midway point in the season, as well as the final stats once the regular season has concluded. I will be keeping that same schedule for Season 10. Finally, I will show you the points being scored by the current free agents. This is one of the most important aspects of the entire report. This is where you will be able to make talent decisions for your team. So there you have it, everybody. Those are the weekly reports. In my estimation, I believe that in Season 10, these reports are going to be crucial, and you need to pay attention to them if you want to be successful.